Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I want to start off this video by asking all of you, how are you liking the discounts? So in yesterday's video, I did outline a few levels that I was looking at with XRP, and even in the XDC video, I did outline a few levels that I was looking at with XDC. The main focus point on XDC was about roughly like 5.5 cents. So we are seeing a 21+% pullback on XDC. It's significant. On XRP, roughly about 7% on the 7-day span. It's about roughly 13%. And as we do look at most of this market, I do expect demand zones to be ran on a lot of these assets. Here's the video from yesterday, 10 hours ago. This is the XRP video where I was outlining a few things, even around like all-time highs, what we could expect with XRP. But I also mentioned the buy zone, which is about roughly 50. I know in this video it's a little bit different, the demand zone, compared to like this chart over here, because this chart I have roughly 53 cents to 57 cents. I think in that video I was talking about like 52 to like 58 cents. But this is like a more accurate depiction of what I'm expecting. And the reason for this demand zone is because of the resistance zones, just really kind of backtesting the resistance as support, and also even support zones from the summer of 2021 and recently in January of 2022 as well. And if you go all the way back, we've tested this zone many times. It was resistance for a very long time. And what I'm looking at is an impulsive move off of that zone to back test local resistance, aka the candle close on the weekly, which would be around like 76.5 cents. And then we could see a deeper correction. There's a few levels here to really kind of look at from the zone here. If we can't have momentum push us to above 92 cents, because 92 cents is the big breaker point, then we will most likely see lows being ran in a significant way, meaning we could very well see the lows of about 46.5 cents. And it doesn't mean that we will. I'm just saying, like, prepare for anything. So, if you were looking to buy XRP below 50 cents again, have some buy order set up. It doesn't hurt to have buy order set up, especially on like Uphold, for an example. Uphold does not pull money out of your bank account until the buy order actually hits. So you don't have to upfront any money at all. Just make sure that you have a live buy order and make sure that you are not, over investing. So when it does, or if it does hit, you're not screwed in terms of how much money is getting pulled out of your account. But what I was really kind of looking at on XRP was the big breaker of about roughly 65 cents. This triggered a short-term trade, which was just a leverage trade. It was a leverage short, and it came down about roughly 6.36%. I'm out of that short already because I utilized a little bit of a significant amount of funds on that short. It was about roughly a 10x short. A little bit more riskier than what I usually do, but again, it was something that I was very confident about with us going lower. Now, with this overall move on XRP, I am expecting lower price action, but we could have a significant push to the upside here if we could break above 65 cents again. The big thing is reclaiming that and actually holding that as support. For now, it does look pretty bearish on at least the 4-hour and the lower time frames. We need a significant amount of volume. I do think that, currently speaking, on XRP, if we can't hold this level, we will see these lows ran, which I'm expecting, which I'm waiting for. I do have a significant buy order down there, which I did outline in the video from yesterday that I posted in the Patreon. But with that in mind, let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about some very exciting things happening around XRP and around payments in general. So we do see over here from ISO 2022, I'm going to be utilizing 2 videos from him. This is all talking about the same exact sort of topic. It's with Finastra, actually. And what do you see? He said mandatory instant payments is not coming in 2028. He said 2023 or 2024 at the latest. Check this out.
Relate to the J20 things, right?
Excuse me, the key times, because we're not far away, right? This is not like, at the end of the century. This is pretty soon, right?
Yeah, and I think also this is also, I will relate to the J20 things, right? What they announced, because if you look at key timing. Okay, so key timing, I don't know what you have in mind exactly, but I will maybe differentiate 2 things. The timing that is decided by the market I mean regulators, kind of, and the timing for banks, because maybe we don't live in the same space and time, right? But they will have to connect or synchronize for sure. So what we see, there are different initiatives, or there have been initiatives in the world which are arriving soon, being live soon, like Fenno in the US. We see the instant payment, which already exists in Europe, but will be make mandatory. And we think that the law might be enforced by the end of this year, meaning banks will have 6 months to receive and 6 months to send after that. So it's almost tomorrow, right? We see also NPA in the UK. So we see the market, and SIG5 in Switzerland. So all of this, and we are not talking about something arriving in 2028. It's 2023, 2024 at the latest. So if I may, I would say it's almost tomorrow, right? It's almost tomorrow. So better be ready. So this is the key timeline from the market. Now, if you consider financial institutions, when you have to comply and be ready for, let's say, 18 months, if we consider European to receive, you better not start in 12 months, right? It will be too late. So, and also because of what we saw with the G20, there are a lot of these things. So it's almost tomorrow. So some banks, because as a vendor, we talk with a lot of banks also. Some banks are ready, some banks are aware.
So there you guys have it, right? Mandatory instant payments is happening this year or even 2024 at the latest. And this is an individual from Finastra, payments at Finastra. You can see his substantial background here. I could show you all of his background. So here is his entire resume. Very significant resume, especially considering the fact that as we do look at Finastra today, it's an absolute giant. And also here you guys have him over on Finastra's website. He has been in the payment industry for about 25 years at financial institutions, integrators, and software vendors as program director, head of business unit, head of pre-sales, and principal solution consultant. And if we actually go over here, we do see Finastra shift to instant payments means shift from analog to digital payments. Check this out.
Way of looking at it. I think the real issue that we have here is it's a very profound change that we're going through. And it's a great time to be in payments, because there's never been a time before in our industry where we've moved from analog payments, because that's what everything has been before, to digital payments. And instant payments around the world are pretty much all now being deployed as digital instant payments. And that makes a huge, huge difference. And I think, therefore, that paradigm is probably the most important thing. We talk about instant payments, but actually, if you juxtapose the two, we're really talking about the move from analog, as I say, to digital. And that is the most profound piece, way of looking.
And yeah, this is very significant as we are seeing everything aligning. I also love the fact that, we were seeing the G20 being brought up many times over here because, as we do see the mandatory shift towards instant payments, right? Like this is a huge shift. And as we do see this combined with the G20, giving power to the FSB with the IMF and the BIS for global crypto frameworks. By the way, this is happening in September. The last and final framework will be released in September. We already got one in July. The next one is September. So next month we will see that. And it seems as though all of this is aligning to bring in blockchain and DLT within the financial and payments sector to streamline and finally achieve instant payments with instant settlements. Because remember, like instant payments and instant settlement is two completely different things that a lot of people overlook. So I'm very excited about this. I think that this is very, very exciting. It seems as though everything is aligning for this major shift, and it is going to be through players like Finastra. And remember, Finastra is an absolute giant. You go to the About section on Finastra's website, and they are a leading player around innovation, right? Like they have a connection to 8,100 financial institutions out there. And when we look at all of their connections to, we'll say, Ripple and other major integrators around technology, the fintech world, it is very substantial. So I definitely keep a close eye out on, companies like Finastra or even Moha Loop or Accenture, you name it, ones that have some connections back to Ripple and exposure to Ripple, especially through like the cloud technology. Because remember, like most of Finastra's technology is all cloud-based. Even if we come up here, like we do see digital cloud banking as a service. This is all through transformative shifts. But again, like we are seeing everything aligning perfectly around the space. We recently seen the big updates with XinFin and XDC, especially with MLATR and standardization around trade finance. And I know, right? Like prices are low. right? Prices are dropping. Why are prices dropping while, we're seeing these huge moves happening around the space? Why is XRP down at 60 some cents when we just got a huge win in the case? Like, what is going on? Well, I want you guys to realize that we're still in a Bitcoin driven market. We're not in a utility driven market just yet, but that's what we have to look forward to. Like, a lot of people, are confusing the idea around like, oh, well, like we have all these partnerships. Why isn't the price skyrocketing? It's because the partnerships don't matter yet. And the big key word there is yet. But as we do see everything aligning, we're starting to see the shift on instant payments becoming mandatory. We're starting to see the shift on, crypto regulations and frameworks. And this is a global framework, meaning harmonization of regulations, which defeats the idea of, okay, well, we'll have fragmented regulations because every single nation will have their own. No, it's all a global initiative. And this is happening. And we even do see like a few of the things that they recommended in July on the regulation was supervision and oversight of global stablecoins, crypto assets, activities, and markets. All of this was right on par with everything that we've been addressing around regulations and what we really need. And we're starting to see acceleration here. And don't let, the US blindly manipulate you. Everyone thinks that the US is falling greatly behind. We even see here, like during the event, the US Treasury Secretary said it was critical to put in place a strong regulatory framework for crypto-related activities, meaning they're getting ready as well for this massive move. And I think that that's what we're all waiting for, right? I think that's what, everyone is focused on the SEC and focused on what the SEC is doing. I'm really kind of focused on this and what these big groups are doing, because this is what's going to give us full-on clarity for the crypto industry. And this is what's going to allow the doors to be unlocked for crypto to be ushered in and utilized properly. And then that's when we will see the flush of the trash in this market. And that's when utility will matter. That's when these partnerships that are in place will matter. That's when everything really happens around these utility tokens. But we need to be patient. We need to wait. That's why everyone, like, even on this massive impulsive move to the upside, I told you guys, do not buy these massive impulses, especially around events like the SEC lawsuit, because, it's great for short-term gains, but, don't jump in at the top of these candles or even in the progress of these candles, because you never know what's going to happen next. And usually every single time we are met with this, a sell-off. So I hope everybody did prepare accordingly. I hope that you are all aware of the idea around this market that, like with regulations and utility and everything taking some time. I know that we hate to wait, and I know that we hate to be patient, but guess what? It's 100% crucial, especially if you want to succeed in this space. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this video. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.